Hey, what's up, everybody? Today, we're going to be talking about how to find 3 ways to find hidden sales that are sitting in your pipeline right now and then turn that into actual revenue for your business, hopefully this month. So to talk about that, we've got the one, the only master sales trainer, Michelle Terpstra. So I'm going to let her introduce herself, and then she's going to do most of the talking. I'm just going to ask all the questions. So Michelle, take it away.
Awesome. Thank you for the warm welcome, Ron. Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here. And I am going to be talking about one of my favorite things, and that is where you can find monetization opportunities within your business right now. The reason why this is so important is that I have never met a business, I've never worked with a business that was not missing opportunities. So regardless of the size of your organization, like, you have opportunities to make more money right now. And you might be wondering, well, how do you know that, Michelle? And who are you? And here's my quick bio. I spent 10 years working for 3 Fortune 500s. So I saw sales in the lens of the big organization. I went door to door. I got doors slammed in my face. I was a top rep. I had the highest competitive knockouts of a very large organization. I took on a very challenging territory and did that for a super, super long time. Then when I had my second child, Abby, I found myself on an airplane every Monday, and it was really, really, really hard. So I loved what I did, but it just didn't work for the balance anymore. So I started my consulting business 3 months before COVID. Had no idea what was happening. I just came home one day and I was like, hey, husband, I don't want to do this 9 to 5 thing anymore. Will you support me if I start my business? And as in the great man that he is, he's like, whatever you want, Michelle, I believe in you. And I'm like, so cheesy, but thank you. And so I went all in. And there's a thing about me is that I'm a high performer. Like, I'm up at 5 a.m. I'm on my bike, like on my Peloton bike, or I'm doing yoga or something like that. And we as high performers have a really hard time not going all in. So I designed this business as like, oh, this is what I'm going to do for, a few hours every day, contribute to the house and like all the things. And now it's turned into a full-fledged boutique consulting firm. And I'm acting as a chief fractional sales officer for multiple companies. And so I bring this up because this is not just me, some sales coach who's worked with, a dozen solopreneurs that says this is where you can find money in your pipeline. Like, I have been in and out of some of the largest and smallest, best performing, most profitable businesses. And I'm super excited to help everybody here.
Awesome. Well, I'm very excited to be interviewing you because I love interviewing people that are good at sales, because that's probably my weak point. So I'm going to be asking you I'm going to be digging in, and hopefully people will enjoy it. So by the way, everybody who's joining us, if you're joining us from Facebook, there's a link in the description where you can click on the StreamYard link. And if you comment, we can actually see your names. So make sure and you click that link. Also, drop a comment and let us know who you are and where you're joining us from. I know we're going live on Facebook, going live on LinkedIn, we're going live on YouTube. And so, yeah, let us know where you're coming from. And if you're joining us live, if you watch the replay later and you want to get this recording, let me know, and we'll send it over, and any resources that Michelle shares with us, because I know she's got some cool stuff to share. So with that being said, let's talk about the first way to find hidden sales in your pipeline right now.
All right. So before we get into the juice, I do need to ask everybody listening right now, if we have live listeners, I want to know in the comment section right now, who is actively managing their pipeline, meaning that they use either a proper CRM, okay, or you're using a workbook of some sort, like a Google workbook. I would love to know what we're dealing with here, so that I can really tailor this to everybody listening. So if you're listening live, no. Okay. So first thing, my first gift for everyone here, because even if I have one no, I can help you right now. If you go to organizedleads.com, I have an entire 7-day training on how to set up your pipeline, because you can't find deals in your pipeline if you don't have a pipeline, right? So this is really, really important. It's a Google workbook. And it is free for you. So organizedleads.com. Yep, you got it.
Okay, cool. I'll leave that up for a little bit.
Yeah, leave it up for a little bit. So that's my free gift to everyone. And I created this a while back because I realized that so many growing businesses were using the Post-it note strategy or the board or something else and not keeping track of leads and sales prospects that were coming into their business because it felt overwhelming, confusing, frustrating, all of the things. So organizedleads.com, go check that out. Free gift for everyone. Okay.
Oh, and one second. And reminder, just everybody who's on Facebook, because I can see a lot of Facebook users here. If you're going to send a comment, please click on that StreamYard link and we can actually see your name and see who you are. So that'd be awesome.
Or
All
you're
right,
just gonna be the
take it
mystery.
away. Sorry.
Yeah, you're just going to be the mystery Facebook user. All right. So the first step to being able to do what I'm going to teach you to do today is you need to have a pipeline. Okay. And I'm going to define pipeline right now too, because this is also really important that we're using the same language. So a pipeline is a way that you organize your leads so that you can organize it step by step so that people keep moving along the sales process with you. Now, I know this is, a very popular topic for you too, Ron. I know how obsessed you are, like I am, with like keeping momentum going,
Yes.
right? So if you're listening to me right now and you're using Ron's system, that's amazing too. And you can keep doing that as well. And I would really encourage you to do that because statistics show that almost every single customer you're going to bring into your business or a client will require follow-up. 5 to 11 interactions with your business before they purchase from you. Okay. That is a huge stat that I want you to remember every single time you're like, should I follow up? And the answer is yes. Until you get a no, the answer is yes. Okay. So that is the first thing I want to talk about. Now, everybody is going to have a different, and I talk about this in the pipeline training as well, but you don't want to just put every single person into your pipeline because it becomes very, very overwhelming, right? So once you identify them as a qualified lead, that's when you can throw them into the pipeline system. Okay. So the first place that you can find money inside your pipeline. So first of all, if you're like me and you're a coach or a consultant, do we have any coaches or consultants? If you want to put that in there, yay. Or service providers, right? Yay. Anyone who has the opportunity to do business with somebody again is your first opportunity. Because if they're a fan from you from before, they're a fan for you again today. And if you're like me, your offers evolve, your skill set evolves. Like people want to work with you again. I am in the middle of launching a new offer in my business. And as I see people come in, it's people who worked with me 2 years ago are like, awesome, Michelle's going to take me to the next level. I want to get back into her world.
Right.
You can, and I know this might sound so basic, but I can tell you right now, no one is doing this. Like when I ask my own clients, I'm like, hey, go back to somebody you worked with 2 years ago. And they're like, what? Why? I already helped them. I'm so good at what I do. They don't need me again. I was like, people evolve. They have new needs. Go back to them. Right. And I can think of in my own personal life, like I've used several different mindset coaches and strategies and approaches to that because I want to get better and better at my internal story too, like we all should. And I was thinking about someone that I worked with like 2 years ago in the beginning of my journey. And if she would reach out to me, I probably would buy another pack from her. Right?
You need mindset help? Get out of here.
Well, I like to go. So what I use it for, so mindset to me is not a negative thing. So for me, I'm like I'm overcoming an upper limit, right? Or we get to a new stage of our business where we're like, oh my gosh, I'm at the top of the mountain. Am I gonna fall? Right? I don't know. And so that's when we all need that. I think everybody always needs some level of that. So what I'm saying is that if people loved you before, they're likely to love you again. So reach out to people and ask them. Like, so for example, I've reached out to a few people and said, hey, how's everything going with the scaling of XYZ program? Oh my gosh, Michelle, it's great. Except for like, I feel like we have some areas of improvement for our social seller. And I'm not really quite sure like how to support her. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Well, I just have this brand new membership that's meant for founder-led sales, solopreneurs, and their social selling team. Just send her over there for $97 per month and I'll support her so you don't have to. And she was like, oh.
Can I put you under the gun for a second?
Yeah.
So can you give us a scenario where, let's say they created let's say it's the first of the year, for instance. Tell us how to kind of use this action plan that you're talking about right now, like a real live example, so they can actually execute this?
Sure. If somebody wants to tell me, I will actually use someone as an example.
Sweet.
If we want to do that. So anyone who wants to be a participant in this, tell me what your name is, what you offer, and what your goal is for Q1 in terms of what you want to sell. If someone can give me those 3 things, I'll do a live example.
This is free help, y'all. So drop your name and get some help right now. If not, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take y'all.
Okay, I'm going to count to 5. And if I don't get anybody starting to type, I'm taking Ron.
All right. All right. So we got one, Krista.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay, what do you do? What did you want to know from her?
So I want to know, well, first of all, thank you for your name, what you do. Okay. So that I know what we're working with here, and what your focus is for selling for Q1. So for example, if you're, okay, I said 12 weeks for 3K of what? What's your niche?
Yeah. What do you sell?
And do you only have one offer?
Mm-hmm. I help busy moms lose weight.
Awesome. Health and wellness. Fantastic. Is it a group program or is it a customized 12-week experience? Awesome.
I can't tell if these are the same people or not. So.
Oh, okay. I'm going to just pretend it is.
I think it's her. I think it's still her.
Okay. Okay. Hybrid custom. Perfect. Thank you. That's all I need, Krista. Fantastic. So Krista, as you know, January is the month where, everyone thinks they're going to lose weight and stick with all of their New Year's resolutions. By the way, did anyone catch the ad campaign for Equinox for we don't sell gym memberships in January? Anybody? I was like, this is the most brilliant marketing ever, because what Equinox high-end, health club in the US, for anybody listening, hundreds of dollars a month to be a member. And instead of capitalizing on all of the people with New Year's resolutions, they closed the door and said, I'm not taking anybody in January because you're not going to stick with it. And we don't want the churn. Crazy. And it ended up exploding their sales. So it wasn't the month of January. It was on January 1st. They weren't taking any sales. So anyway, cool story. But for you, I would reach out to people that got results with you, but could still get more results. And I think this is a really, really common thing with health and wellness, is like we have someone who holds us accountable and mentors us, and we lose X amount of weight, we get more energy. But once we're done, it's hard to stick with it all of the time, right? So I would personally reach out to maybe 5 customers that were super happy with your program, that have been out of it for a handful of months, and reach out to them and say something that's really kind and from the heart. And it looks something like this. Okay. Hey, Sam, it's Krista over here. And as we're starting out a new year, I'm checking in with all of my clients from last year. I know that you had an incredible experience and you were able to achieve X, Y, and Z. Are you still living that new dream of health and wellness, or something along those lines? Okay. So you're just reaching out to them, check in on them, make sure that if you know what results they got with you, use that back in the conversation so they know that it's not like a copy and paste situation and it's an authentic reach out, right?
One second. Email, social media, wherever they frequent.
Your preference of communication. So for me, I'm a voice note person, and every client I've ever worked with is with me in Voxer. So I go back to Voxer and I send them notes, love notes like that all the time. It works great. Okay. But if you're a DM person, do that. If you're an email person, do that. If you're I'm going to send a quick Loom video, do that. Whatever you think is going to get listened to and you love doing is what I think you should do.
And also probably I like your idea of the video just because it's more personal too. So go ahead.
Yes.
Sorry.
And then also Krista, because I can't help myself because I'm a sales strategist, your business type, and maybe you already have this. And so if you do, excuse me, but I don't know, is some type of continuity program where you keep people with you for a long term beyond the 12 weeks, because health and wellness is a perfect place for that. And so I would really recommend you have that, because then it gives you the monthly recurring revenue in your business that really takes the peaks and valleys out of a health and wellness business.
Cool.
Awesome. Yes, I have monthly after. Fantastic.
Nice.
So anyone who got results who's not part of that would be part of my reach out too. Maybe they don't need to go through the full 12 weeks again with you. Maybe they just need to get back into that continuity offer.
And by the way, Krista, if you do this and you execute on this and you get some awesome results, let us know.
Yay! I
Yeah, yeah.
love
All right,
that.
cool.
Okay, awesome. So
One last question: if it's a lower price point, is that bad? No, it's money, right?
no, go for it. Go
Yeah,
for it.
yeah,
Like it's recurring revenue is what a business really is. And that is what's going to take the stress off.
sure.
It means that you get to launch when you want to launch. It means that you get to take time off. Like you want those people over and over, and you have a perfect business for that. Okay. Perfect
Sweet.
business for that.
All right. You ready? Is that
Awesome.
it? Is it number 2? We ready for
Yeah.
2?
Okay. This is
Okay.
how I go. I can talk forever, right? I'm like, all right. Number 2. So the first thing is going back to past happy clients. Okay. Number 3 is people that were on the fence in like September with you. Okay. The reason why is fourth quarter. These are the things that happens. These are the things that happen in fourth quarter. The type of buyers that show up there. One, it's a business owner looking to empty out their account for tax reasons. Okay. So those are the people who bought in Q4. The other person is the planner that was like, I'm going to make my decisions in December and plan out January through March, April, May, right? These are the type of people that buy in December. The people who you know should be working with you, but said no or follow up with me, now is the time. February, which is going to be here before we know it. So if you start this now, you know it's going to be booking January, early February. Arguably in the coach and consultant world, February is like top 2 highest revenue months on average for businesses across the board. Okay. So anyone that was on the fence in September, I want you to reach back out to them. If somebody wants to pop in and give me another business example, I'm happy to customize it for you.
Come on, folks. Who's got somebody different but Krista? You got yours.
I know it. Thanks, Krista.
Anybody else?
I have a reactive personality. Like I love it when I get asked questions because that's just how I go.
Anybody? Okay. That's fascinating to me. Even like, okay. Anybody?
All right. I'm going to make one up then.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give you mine.
Okay. Give it to me.
Well, I just launched my mastermind, and anybody jumps in, you can still have it. But so I launched my mastermind this week.
Awesome.
In beta. And then I also have a content workshop next week. Both of these. I mean, the content workshop, if nobody's in it, you can still join. It's going to be sick.
Yay!
So anyway, I don't know if that was helpful. Are you talking about like, how can I give you an example on that? So
just tell me about okay, so let's see how I want to do this. So in September, so people who were kind of on the fence in September, have you followed up with them to make offers to the mastermind as applicable or to the content strategy?
Well, I emailed my whole list about it, not anybody personally and like specifically, but my whole list, posting on my Facebook profile in the group.
What's your goal for how many more people would you love to have in your mastermind?
Well, I'll be honest, there's a waiting list now. I shut it down. So
well, then I can't wait to help you on that one then.
Well, I'll reopen it, but at a higher price. But so you can get on that waiting list.
There we go. So what about the content? How about the content workshop?
How many do I want? I mean, as many as want to show up, to be honest.
Because the reason why I'm asking you this is there's some scalable things and there's some unscalable things. And so what I tend to do towards like, as I'm getting closer to an event when my one-to-many strategies have been exhausted, right? Like everything that's scalable, then I go back and it depends on how you manage your own CRM, but I go back through, I use Active Campaign for a lot of this, and I'll go through and see who my hottest leads are with the lead scoring system. And I'll select like 20, 25 of them. And I do personal outreach to them. And if I have them in Voxer, I go there. If I don't, then I go straight to DM, usually on Facebook, because that's where most of my relationships are. Okay. And I do a couple of things on what I call an unscalable thing, which I love, because once that's exhausted, you have them all warmed up. They know it's happening, right?
Right.
So I'll do one of two things. I'll literally write on a real Post-it, Ron, are you coming to my workshop? I'll take a picture of it with my smiley face and I'll send it to the DM.
Nice.
Okay. Like and it makes people smile. They're like, really? She wrote on a Post-it and sent me a picture. Right.
Yep.
Like
Nice.
you'll get engagement from it.
Yeah.
Right. That's one thing. The other thing is a personal outreach where, I've heard a little bit about your content workshop. It sounds amazing, but really what the desired result is all your content for a year done, right?
Right. Yep.
Okay. That's pretty appealing.
Yes.
So I would reach out to people that, this is once again, like your hottest leads. You're getting the cream of the crop, or the hottest leads over to your workshop. And what I would do is like, hey, Ron, it's Michelle. I know we talked last September and content was a major pain point for you.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I'm solving that and you're not in my workshop and I would love to see you there. Have you seen me talking about it?
Yeah.
And I would just send it.
Now everybody that is watching this is going to get a message from me and be like, hey,
oh my God, won't that be funny if you do the Post-its to everybody listening?
Yeah. You're like, wow, well, I expected that, Ron.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So that's the other thing that I would do is go back to like your top 25 leads and do something unscalable. Because even if they come to you and they say, no, I don't want to, they might say, hey, but this other thing's going on in my business right now. Can you help me with that? Right? Okay.
Yep.
So I cannot tell you. So last year I had 2 like harebrained ideas last year where I'm just like, oh, yes. What you're really, yes. I mean, it's so cool. Everyone should go do it right now. But I had this like harebrained idea last year and just out of nowhere, I was like, I'm doing like a mini little launch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to do it. Who cares? I'm unattached to the outcome, all the stuff. No one bought what my idea was. Okay.
Right.
No one.
Right.
And I was laughing. I was like, I can't believe that. It was such a good idea. And I was like so pissed. And then I'm like, whatever. I'm like, once again, being unattached. And I walk away from my desk. And then within an hour, I had this amazing multi-7-figure business owner that I have been looking to do some work with for a while. Mm-hmm. That was not a good fit for what I was trying to sell. Right. But he's like, hey, I've seen you around a lot right now. And I've got this business problem. Do you want to come and talk to me about it? Mm-hmm. That turned into one of my highest paying clients for the rest of the year that blew out my goal. Okay. This is important. It doesn't matter if they buy the thing. It matters if you're in front of them selling something so they know what your strengths are. So if they want to work with you, they can. Yep.
And I always say imperfect action because it's going to lead to one of multiple things. You're going to learn something from it regardless. Mm-hmm. And you could even, like you said, just fall into something that's way bigger and way better. So move forward, take action. That's what I learned from that. Yeah.
Yes. Be messy. And it works out great in your
favor. Make offers. Make lots of offers.
Okay. Sell every damn day. Every day. That's all I have to say. All right. So that was number 2.
So that's number 2. What's number 3?
Yes. Number 3. And I'm about to do this in a couple of weeks and it always works really well. So anybody listening that's on my platform, this is coming now. I'm giving you my secret, right? So post launch, even if you didn't have a launch right now, if you made an offer to somebody and like they didn't buy. So for example, Ron, like you pitched this mastermind and now there's a wait list. Mm-hmm. You could do this. Okay. You create a very simple 2-sentence email that goes out to the list that everyone who clicked on the sales page, but did not buy. Okay. Mm-hmm. And you say, you reward them for filling out a quick, like 1-question survey. And you literally say, what would have made you buy X? And if you answer, and then I usually say, jump into my Voxer and ask me any sales question you want, and I'll answer it as a thank you.
Okay.
Okay. What this does is if they're clicking on the page over and over again, you guys, like they want to work with you in some way, but for some reason they didn't do it. Regardless of how much follow-up you did or DM selling or webinar, or like all the things, right? But if they're willing to then also tell you why they didn't buy, it's going to help you make a better offer next time, even if they don't reach out to me in Voxer. And 2 is I usually get a pretty high percentage still reaching out to me and like letting me know like what their sales question is. And so many times that's turned in to me selling them something else other than what the page that they were clicking on.
Mm. Awesome.
Okay. So there we go. And that is how you make more money from your existing audience right now.
That's awesome. And this, I want to just to mention this because it goes hand in hand kind of with what we're talking about is like, and one way to be able to do this and be able to offer multiple different products, offers, that kind of thing is we're going to be talking about this next week, but building out a product roadmap. So now you've got different steps in your process and your overall service or your coaching program or whatever, where you can like splinter it, create one product and another product and another product. So you have multiple things that you can create all those offers all the time and make offers and sales.
Yes. And you have to keep it simple. It depends what stage of business you're in. You don't want to overcomplicate your business, right? So I believe in power of three. That is what I built my entire business on, which is three core offers that you can make that use essentially the same system. So it's easier to sell them. It's just a different level of support.
Right.
And that is, in my opinion, the easiest way for any size business to capitalize on it. And since I'm here, I'm going to make an offer.
Okay, there we go.
And my offer is I have my membership that I'm launching right now with founding members. And you can go and check it out on my website, michelleterpstra.com/membership.
Hold off on that though, guys. I'm going to send you my affiliate link.
Yeah, that's right. Shoot, don't go there. Just kidding. Don't go there. So the affiliate link and if you join in the next hour, I know you came from Ron, so I'll make sure it goes back. But it is $97 per month. And with that, you get my entire discovery call framework. You get my entire follow-up system. And you also get my system for building out your power of three in your coaching, consulting, or service-based business. So all of those courses are included. Plus, you get me on demand. It is my back pocket coaching membership. Means you can ask me any question you want. You get a response, a custom response within 72 hours. We're keeping track of it on one document that's searchable. So you have all of the answers you need at your fingertips, plus live coaching sessions. It's going to be amazing. I am queen of ideas. I am queen of taking action, and I'm a really good hype woman. So if that sounds good to you, grab Ron's link and let's make it happen.
Yep. So that's awesome. I think that goes perfectly with what, I teach, because I don't really teach the sales stuff. So you got to have a sales coach too. And that's Michelle. So make sure that you check that out if you are interested in selling better.
Yes.
We all need to do. So
I know. And now you're going to hop over to my group, everyone.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about how to get more leads to your Facebook group.
Yeah. So if y'all are wanting more great content for the two of us, then hop on over to, do you want to tell me what your group, do you have a link to your group?
Yes. It's, I don't know if I can, I don't think I can post because
I got
here.
it.
Okay, right. Just in case you're wondering, my children
we got a third guest.
Yeah, third guest. I'm on a live right now, so you can say hi, and then I'll be right there. Okay. This is Abby.
Hello, Abby.
It's my friend Ron. Yeah. Okay, I'll be there in a minute. Can you be my big helper and go shut the door? No. Yes, you can. Thank you. I love you. Okay.
Okay. What's the group?
It's Hello to Closed.
Hello to Close.
Yes. Closed with a D.
Closed.com.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
shut my office door. Right. Hello to Closed. Yep. Well,
okay.
I don't think I have the URL for it. It's just if you go into Facebook, you can say hello to Closed.
Sorry, that's the Facebook group. Let me change that real quick.
Or you can go to salesforbreakfast.com and that has the link to my group.
Hello to Closed is the Facebook group.
Oh, good. Somebody did me a favor and dropped it there.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, we'll be over there in just a second. Do you guys have any questions for Michelle before we jump off?
Oh, thanks, Camille.
Oh, hey, Camille.
You're the best.
We can't see anybody's name, but
I know.
Does anybody have any questions while we got her? Going once, going twice. All right. Sounds like we don't have any questions. So if y'all want to join us over in Michelle's group, Hello to Closed. Love to see y'all over there. And yeah, we'll see y'all in a little bit. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Bye.